Okay, right, we should be live. Hello to everyone on the replay, and, well, if for some reason you're here as this is going out, welcome to you as well. You can see the title, more Mario Kart World today, much the same as last week, just a standard old run-through of the worldwide mode for a couple hours. Nothing too spectacularly special or anything like that, but hello indeed to everyone who's currently here with us. As usual, this is a worldwide lobby, so placements will be open if anyone wants to come along and join. Just have my friend code. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I can't remember if there's a command for it. I'll have to make sure I set this up one of these days. But yeah, aside from that, we've basically just got this to look forward to tonight. I don't know what that means. I'm just checking stuff while trying to do this. There we go. Alright, all my notifications seem to have gone out. We should be good. Yeah, just a standard old worldwide today. Let me know audio balance as we go along, by the way, because this song feels really quiet and the last one was really loud, so I've got to get the best of both worlds here, clearly. One thing that has changed between the two sessions is, I got a pro controller. It's so good. Like, a top tier controller easily. It's incredible. Would strongly recommend if you're sitting on the fence on one as a Switch 2 owner. Anyway, right, I'm gonna... who am I gonna play as? Where should I start today? Where did I end off last time? I think I was playing as Birdo, wasn't I? Kind of tempting to start there again, but let's see, anything else taking my fancy in the immediate? Let's get some Yoshi in here to kick things off. Gonna go with the usual car, and let's see where we wind up. Oh, immediately into a vote. Okay. I know the meta recently has been vote random. Everyone in online votes random. I'm gonna mostly not vote random on the off chance, because everyone's gonna vote it, therefore we're never actually gonna play any of the in-between tracks, so if I vote for a normal track, there's a good chance that we're still gonna play a random track anyway or whatever, right? So just for the opportunity of variety. As you can see, lots and lots of randoms, because random will always pick the 3-lap, so everyone will vote random in online nowadays, so yeah, I'm just going to attempt to, at least spice it up a little bit here and there. Okay, proving me wrong. We're starting off with a bit of Warrior Stadium, sure thing. Yeah, thanks if you are here. I'm aware it's very late. Not the usual shopping issue today, issue being family birthday, so was hanging around for that and just about made it off at about 9 o'clock to start getting this ready. So here we are, past-ish. Probably going to go for about 2 hours today rather than the usual 2.5, just because a bit less extra time before midnight or whatever, unfortunately, but you know, hopefully next time we're here on Mario Kart World should get a bit more time to dedicate to this. The one big change in the last week or so is I think the meta is less agreed to be Bowser in this car that I'm using now, and more agreed to be any heavyweight. So as a result, I think the most common I'm seeing is Bowser in that racer combo that you're seeing over there. So if you see one of those, that's when you know we're tryharding. But apparently heavyweights full stop in that car is really good, which I didn't know. So Warrior's actually got a chance, basically, is what I'm saying. That must have been why I was placing not dead last stream, I'm gonna guess. So we'll find out a bit more about how that develops as we go on. But yeah, there you go. That's the latest and greatest in Mario Kart World news since last time. Fascinating, I know. That and the random thing. That's about it. That's about all I got for you. Alright, so that might be a tad loud. I'll turn this down after this race. Oh man, it's really quiet. I can barely hear this. I mean, it's mainly due to like fan noise and like white noise in the background or whatever, because it is really warm today. That's to no surprise of anyone in the UK. Everyone else, sure you doubters, but it is pretty stuffy in here, so I've got a lot of fans on right now to kind of keep the peace in a way. So because of that, I've got a lot of noise to contend with in terms of... I'm first, whoa! It wasn't long lived. Yeah, I had a lot of noise to contend with on my own here, so I just can't hear the game all that well. I'll change it in the stream settings in a moment. Oh, missed. Also still missed. And again. Any good shots there really, was there? Oh well. And we're Kind of keeping the pace somewhat so far, so can't complain too much. There's a last laps where it all goes to pot now that I've said that though, so keep a watchful eye on it. So many bullet bills today up front. I feel like I've had like 4 or 5 flashes so far throughout this race. It's been crazy. Now get out of the way. Yeah, don't you dare. If you try and slipstream me, I will just hit you with my shells. That got you, but it shouldn't have. That was really sketchy. Oh, you are kidding me. That was such a good race. I mean, it's not too bad, actually. No, I'll take that. Absolutely. No more complaining. It's fine. Sorry if you hear me drinking loads, by the way. Same reason today. Oh. I had loads to drink, but had a really, really salty tea, so... Combined with the heat, feeling very dehydrated for some reason, so... Just fixing that in between races real quick. Right, am I going to get stream sniped today while in the open world? It feels likely. If they stream snipe, no one's doing it because they're watching this, they're just doing it to be funny. It's a bonus if you end up stream sniping, you know, you're just doing it for the laughs at that point. Love the game. Yeah, I'd like to go to Grand City. You know, my shells in the Forbidden Crown City and all that. See, there you go, here comes the random. Here comes the sea. Just hoping I can land on that rail just for swag points. So statistically very likely to be... yeah. Okay, this is where Dream's going to die. Never mind. Shall I go between? Here we go. And we leaving. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, whoops. I'm going to burn out, I think. Oh no. I got lucky considering I was holding A that whole time that I didn't burn out. Whoopsies. We're mid-pack, but we can hold our own. What is this song? I definitely recognise it. It's a very different take, even for Mario Kart World Tracks. Oh, that is the wrong way. Okay. That was a really sharp 90-degree turn. Whoa, that's close. Thank goodness for wall riding cars being a thing for some reason. Welcome, King. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for dropping by. I promised I would be live, even if it is incredibly late right now, so I appreciate the patience for everyone. Yeah, if you're recovering still from download, hope all is well in that regard. Hey, now that download's done, you're that tiny bit closer to getting on these sessions yourself. Is that Burger King Yoshi? Yeah, that is Fries in the Bag Yoshi. I can exclusively confirm. I don't know what that was. He's hooked into the drive-through system at all times. He can never escape the perils of capitalism. He's always on shift. You ain't clocking off, Yoshi. Get that headset on. Oh yeah, I forgot this is the last lap already. It's already in the bazaar. Oh, what did you mention about being one step closer to something? Oh, one step closer to getting the Switch. There you go. 1 week closer or whatever than last week. Joining these lobbies. Oh my god. Can I actually get rid of something? That'd be really nice. Sorry, one sec, Larry, I'll read that in a moment. Also, I forgot to turn the volume down between games and turn mine up a little bit, so sorry for everyone who's struggling to hear me. Right, turn my volume up. Don't have it make Windows noises for some reason, it's really annoying. Turn the game down slightly. So how long are you doing these multiplayer streams for? Asking for a friend? I mean, I was planning on talking about it, but I won't be doing one next Monday. I've got a different plan for next Monday. Might be related to a certain thread that was posted on the Discord the other day. One step close to Iron Maiden, more like 6 days. Oh, good stuff. Hope you enjoy. And welcome Pete as well. Man's gonna run the F over. Look, it's Mario Kart. These accidents happen, okay? Yeah, the week after I'll be coming back. I'll still be doing a few more weeks worth of... tomorrow's going to be so long. I can imagine. Godspeed, Soldier. Yeah, next Monday won't be Mario Kart World. We'll be back to Mario Kart World the following Monday. Hopefully it is tomorrow and not Wednesday. Fingers crossed on that one for you. Wow. I thought the random voters were going to be coming out in troves today, but probably not. Amazon is already out of stock again. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, considering every other... Actually, I'm thinking about it now. The original, like, time they got Switch stock, it was in stock for like a day. I was shocked. But considering every other shop's gone out instantly post-release, I'm kind of shocked they had them for multiple hours. Yes, this is why I keep talking about the 3-lap thing. My reasoning is, I've seen so many people in public lobbies vote for 3 laps. You know, by voting random, that, you know, my logic is I'm adding a bit of variety by voting for the in-between tracks on the pool or whatever. So far, we've had only in-between, so my theory's not been coming true, but that was my logic to it, at least. Just throw an in-between track in as a vote, because I thought most people wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, glad you got the Amazon stock. Just fingers crossed on that order for sure. They're buying stock later this week as the delivery date changed to Monday after I got mine. So yours is still for tomorrow, right? I'm hoping at least. Based on what you said. I don't think you said yours changed. It's just anyone getting it in future. Mine's tomorrow. Okay, yeah. In that case, you're all good. That's just... Yeah, presumably, as you say, they're taking back orders at this point because they know they're getting more stock later in the week. I think... Well, from what we know of the Switch too, like... Pre-launch, there were millions of the things already made. Like, millions not being an exaggeration. Like, Nintendo knew it was going to be high demand, so unlike every other console they've ever done, actually just stockpiled the things for, like, supposedly a year or two. That's why we're in the position we're in now, where it's a pain, but it is significantly easier than something like a PS5 to get, but there's so many circumstances as to why that is. And yeah, as you say, even then the launch took everyone by surprise. From what we know, at least in America, they'd been in where the shipment to get them out of China and into America was sometime in January. So they'd been sat in warehouses since January, and somehow no one really managed to get one in the wild until like 2 weeks before launch, and that one that Genki apparently bought off the black market. So aside from that, they've done pretty well. Like, not getting it leaked, considering how long these things have supposedly been produced for. I'm sure if people take them apart, they'll find, like, date codes and stuff and be able to verify it a little bit more as to when these were produced, but... Yeah, there's certainly no shortage of them, so it's been really nice to get a hold of for the most part, but, you know, you're always still going to struggle a little bit, but as long as you kind of knew where to look, it's not been too bad. Like, admittedly, you know, I've sent Larry a couple of links that expired before, you know, you're able to look at them or whatever, but I've seen a bunch of places over the last week while I was trying to get my Pro Controller, just go like, hey, we got them now. And it's, oh yeah, in-store or online. It's like, okay. Even compared to, like, Switch 1, I remember Switch 1 even a couple months after launch wasn't as, like, tightly securable as it is now, you know. The situation was very different in that console's case. And then it happened again in COVID where they were super low stock as well. So, not so much expired, more just hadn't reached Wiltshire before I sold out. See, I had no idea where I was looking for all the stock checks. I was just like, nationwide this happened. Had I had a location, I probably could have been a bit more specific with it, but to be honest with you, I just completely forgot. I was like, this is too awkward to ask, so I'll just go nationwide with these things. Yeah, then I woke up, sent you the thing, and it's like, oh, you already got it, cool. Perfect. Saves me a job. How's the battery on my 2 then? I've not used it in handheld since the first weekend. It's not great, I can't lie to you. But from what we know, it's mostly a battery calibration thing. Because Nintendo themselves have released a guide on how to calibrate the battery, which kind of tells you all you need to know as to how that's going. Also, look at how far ahead that Bowser is. Not that we're sweating though. We're not room farming. That's important. Just pointing out that Bowser is in the meta combo right now. By the way, that is Bowser in that suit is now the meta combo. So yeah, Nintendo put out a thing basically saying drain the battery, charge it, or whatever. So the issue, I think, is actually, I said to Alari definitely before, when I got mine and played it handheld, it took like an hour to drain in Mario Kart. But apparently it shouldn't actually be that bad. It's just, you need to do the whole, as I said, draining, charging kind of thing a couple times. It's on their website somewhere, I've not actually done it yet. But apparently what was happening was a lot of people's batteries were reaching 0, and then they still got like 2 hours of gameplay. So it's actually just presumed to be the battery isn't reporting itself properly, which happens on new tech. Just I've never seen it honestly as egregiously as it is in the Switch 2. Yeah, basically the battery has more charge than the charge indicator actually thinks it does. That's kind of the issue the Switch 2 seems to have so far. But even then, I mentioned last week that in handheld mode, the Switch 2 still runs at the Switch 1 wattage. So you can actually use Switch 1 power banks and chargers and things, and it will not only play, but also charge the console. So the situation's not that bad. It could have been way worse. You could have had to like get whole new power banks and stuff like that, but yeah, you can continue to use all your Switch 1 stuff in that regard, and I did just that last weekend and still got like another 3 to 4 hours on a battery bank, and even then, it could have gone further, but I don't know because that's when I stopped playing, you know. That was when the day ended or whatever, so it lasted me the whole day basically, including a battery bank, which isn't even that fancy. It's like a Switch 1 branded one from Anchor that I got like 2017 or something-ish. No, 2019 probably. Like, probably for like 50 quid. You can definitely get a pre-owned one that does a similar thing, or, you know, a newer one for a good price nowadays. You know, as long as it supports Switch 1 and has a good rating or whatever, then it will work fine on Switch 2 for, what's it called? For, offline stuff. Undocked stuff, there you go. Is it true about how random enemies get speed boosts on some track? I saw Cal had the world record on Boom Boom Meadows. I don't think that's true. I think that's just swag points. I said it before anyone really got here, so I couldn't... I'm going to re-explain it, but the current decided meta when I last did this was Bowser in the car I'm currently using. It's now just generally agreed that most heavyweights are pretty equal. I think the one people seem to be leaning towards the most is Bowser in his racing suit. But I think for the most part, as long as it's heavyweight, it's pretty good. So in that case, I can't remember if Snowman is, but Penguin's pretty close to being heavyweight. So at that point, it's probably someone just doing it for content. Yeah, heavyweight's being OP. Same as Mario Kart Wii, same reason, because they get a huge speed boost. It's literally the same thing that happened there, but it'll happen. Do you see Switch 2 Pro Controller sticks are getting compared to N64 in terms of degrees of movement? I'm sure some people will be being really cheeky about it and saying, you know, in regards to longevity as well, but it's still yet to be decided. The degrees of movement, I had not seen that. That is actually really neat. I've got to say, once again, something I said before people got here, I got a Pro Controller. As some people might have heard, I bought one from Amazon Germany because Amazon UK said they only has stock from Germany. And I went, okay. And it said it would come here in July for £80. I was like, right, what happens if I go to Amazon Germany? They had it in stock with a quicker, you know, basically it would come this week. and it was £2 more. So I was like, well, why would you not just order it through Amazon Germany and get it a month earlier? And then I did that, and then the second I did that, I was closing all my tabs and Smiths got restocked. So I was like, right, I'll do that and just get it tomorrow then. That was really bad. Oh no, it wasn't. That was okay. So yeah, that's what happened. I bought it from Germany, then immediately cancelled it because Smiths got it, and then got it the day after, so not bad. I just noticed, does the Yoshi have pimples? Or is that just something that was on his face? That's so mean if so. I was going to change character anyway, so... He does, that's so mean! I don't actually know what they are. Anyway. Back to the, Oh yeah, something pointed out to me. I'm sure everyone else has seen this. I didn't know he had a ponytail in this outfit. This is great. Anyway, any warrior requests? I think I'm going to go with the pirate for a bit. Yeah, but having had this controller now, if you've not already like seen videos of it or whatever, the sticks are incredible. They effectively, like the outside of the stick is coated in rubber, and the stick itself is really thin, so I'm going to try and do this without getting volume cancelled, but that's the stick. It's super quiet, and actually is really nice for a lot of games. How are they in F-Zero? They're great in everything. Like, this has even become my preferred controller for Smash. That's how good this controller feels to use. What's the D-pad like? Significantly better than the Switch one. Miles better. It's still not perfect, but it's what a Nintendo D-pad should be, basically. Sorry, I'm drinking out of a nice little sippy bottle, so apologies for the noise for a second. Gotta get the electrolytes up on a warm day like today. God bless you, Lucas8. Why am I so close to the front of the pack? Drinking that Prime, that does not have a sippy lid, you know it. I've had Prime a grand total of once in my life, and it was crap. It was the... whatever the, like, ice lolly flavour one is. Not great. When I say you probably still want to use the Joy-Con separate for Tetris. Yeah. It's entirely... Yeah. I've mostly played Tetris on this and been really happy with it. There's been like 1 or 2 cases where I've had a dropped input, but A, nowhere near as much as Switch 2 Pro Con... or Switch 1 Pro Controller, sorry. And B, critically, a lot of time, it was normally because of a pre-established error by me. So, you know, it's not like solely user error, but I will have done something in the previous pieces, like, oh yeah, it would make sense that it would, like, miss input straight after that, rather than the Switch one, which would just do it, just because it felt like it. Like, it's very rare that it does anything wonky or whatever. It's basically just back to being a normal controller. But as Larry said, you probably still want to use, like, for stuff like Tetris, you want to guarantee that you're never going to drop a piece. Probably something like a Joy-Con would be better. So welcome, Jamie. Hope you're having a good one. Like, no, I've genuinely had no complaints with this so far. Like, I've played a load of Tetris on it and a bunch of other stuff and not had any issues, so it's really good against 2D stuff, for sure. As everyone point out, yes, they've still not fixed stick drift or whatever, but I already see people saying there's reports of it. From what I know, there's one video of someone having Joy-Con drift. I don't think they even show the Joy-Con. And having had Joy-Con drift and dealt with it and attempting to fix it or whatever, it doesn't actually look that much like drift. It looks like someone holding left on the controller or purposely miscalibrating the controller. And if you even dare point that out, I presume you could get called a bootlicker or whatever, because Nintendo should have fixed it. But, like, I'm a little skeptical, personally, that the video that everyone's proving is Joy-Con drift is actually drift. Some people love to hate Nintendo. Kinda. Like, I have no doubt these things will, but, like, do you remember that Xbox smoke thing that came out day one of the Series X from someone trying to dig up the PlayStation 5 or whatever? Like, they literally just poured some vape juice or whatever into the Series X, and apparently the console had a huge smoke problem. Yeah, no, No, it was just someone baiting. I kind of, at first glance, feel the same about this supposed Joy-Con 2 drifting video, honestly. Like, when they drifted, I can't show a visual of this because I don't have a camera. When they drifted, it was almost like someone was slightly pressing left. The video of that person is the controller getting fully pressed left. Like, I've never seen a drifting Joy-Con on the Switch 1 fully register a left input. And that's what that was doing. That was what that video was doing. So, I've had drift as well, yeah, on a couple of controllers. It's not fun to deal with. Yeah, having had it, I've never had it, like, display a full left input. It's always, like, 45%, you know, like, near the outside. But that person's was clearly showing that it was the entire way across, because the way how fast the cursor was moving meant it had to be on the left edge of the stick. Like, I'm a little skeptical. I'm not doubtful that it could happen. Just that one example of it happening, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little doubtful. The thing is, as well, it's a very good thing to point out. There's a lot of skepticism, and most of the company. Oh, sorry, I gave away my card. There's, I don't know. There's. How would you word it? A lot of the skepticism being levied is by companies. And do you want to know what those companies do? They make control sticks. Like, yeah, no shit, you're going to be skeptical about it. You know, obviously there's good reasons to be skeptical and, like, I can make something better, but of course, it is also just easy to make a controversy and go, see, but the hot sticks don't do that smile. You know? Yeah, they are completely two different issues, I agree, although it is possible it came misaligned out the factory or something. That does happen. Normally to a far less severe degree, the GameCube controllers pretty commonly were misaligned out the factory. Just most games had enough of a dead zone to where you'd never notice. But it is possible to tell with tools and stuff. Oh yeah, this one is calibrated way differently to this other one I have. Like, it does happen. I've just never seen it happen at such a level. So it's just like, I don't know. It could happen, but there's already a company saying they're working on Hall effect sticks, and my understanding was there was no Hall effect sticks because of the magnet situation in the Switch 1. Oh, sorry, the Switch 2. Getting my Switch is confused so much tonight. Yeah, it was my understanding that because the magnets were so strong in the console, and, you know, Hall effect sticks rely on magnets, that was why they didn't opt for it. There are other options for supposed anti-drift controllers that don't use magnets, which they didn't spring for. That's an entirely separate issue, and you could argue they absolutely should have done that, which I'm personally all for, you know. But, like, yeah, I'm a little confused as to how this supposed, you know, what's that, Hall effect sticks thing will come about, because, yeah, there's, like, a good reason they're not in there already, so you know, if they drop and they're good, then I'll happily be impressed by them, but once again, it's like, I thought that was the whole reason we didn't have them. Smoke video was on the same levels as Attack Your Xbox 360 levels of comedy. King, you're the only person in this chat who would remember this. Do you remember when J10's original Xbox actually started smoking? He was playing like GTA or something, and the console just blew up in smoke. I think about that every time I see that video. Oh, you'd have to ask him. Yeah, he was playing like Monkey Ball or GTA San Andreas or something, and his Xbox blew up. I think the power supply probably just went toast, but oh, it'd be on Twitter or something, so it's probably long gone, but no, original Xbox, it was a crystal one. I vividly remember that much, because I remember him talking about how it was a crystal Xbox, because it just made the smoke funny. Oh god, this would have been like 10 years ago, it was a while ago now, but it was incredibly funny. I can't say I've ever had a console do that on me, but he had the real life version of that video, he didn't even have to fake it. It wasn't faked with a CPS2 superior like angle to it. It was it was just real life. It was a good result. It was depressing because those ones aren't cheap. Crystal Xboxes aren't too bad. In America they're bad, but in In America, they were a giveaway prize, I think, or like limited. I think the only way you could really actively get them was Europe and Canada. But we got them just as a normal console. I think it was for like 1 million Xboxes sold or some sort of milestone. They're not that rare, I can assure you, because I have 2 of them. One of them being my primary Xbox, the other one being one I really need to sell on because I made a good 1 out of 2, effectively, that sort of thing. I mean, while Japan sold 2. 2 units sold, special edition just dropped. Even my fat PS3 is still alive. For most of them, that's like a really big if, you know. I'm shocked that most of those things, even despite their jet engine noises, still continue to live on. I sold 1 in a month. I don't think it was that bad, but it was like 10, wasn't it? Oh, there's not enough. Okay. Everyone's gonna vote Peach Peach. At least I'm gonna presume. I think I'm most looking forward to having a Switch that's a viable choice for third-party games again. As I've already seen a lot of people happy to point out, it's not a perfect choice for third-party games. It's like Cyberpunk's already a very downgraded port compared to PS5 or whatever, but stuff like Sonic Shadow Generations, yeah, performance mode is absolute pants. Apparently, I've heard apparently runs worse than the Switch One version. Oh, sorry, not performance. Quality mode is worse FPS than Switch One. I'm sure it's like a higher quality. So Snoop Dogg's in here, by the way. I assume it's like a higher quality or whatever, but yeah, it runs actually FPS and stuff runs worse. But put it into performance mode, for example, that is literally on par with PS5 and Xbox Series as far as I know. I think they're 1080-60 on Shadow for performance mode. So there you go. Perfectly viable stuff like that that's just, you know, the stuff that we play effectively, right? Sonic games are going to be Steam because I'm modern Steam. That is very true, but like that's kind of an example of, you know what I mean? Like, it's still a next-gen game, but it's not as pushing as something like Cyberpunk or other examples that people are already... You know, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm sure is going to be a bit compromised compared to the PS5. But then again, I did hear performance mode is to achieve... Did anyone else hear this? To achieve 720p... I gave it away. To achieve 60 FPS on the Xbox Series version of Final Fantasy 16, performance mode is 720p. Good lord. What the fuck was going on there? How does it go that badly? Please let me know. That's not even Series S, by the way. It's Series X. Comparable to Deck, though. Definitely in handheld, it will always be comparable to Deck, so... I don't know, like, I think for the sort of stuff we'll play, you know, like, us, our group or whatever, like, you'd probably still stick to PC for, like, really big stuff anyway, or PS5 or whatever, but in terms of just, like, the simpler third parties, it's an option again. I'm so happy about that, because, yeah, I would happily play stuff like Sonic, for example, or... Well, it's supposedly rumoured that Atlas is going to be quite a strong group for it. Admittedly, that Persona 4 trailer didn't have Switch in it, but I get the feeling Nintendo would want to announce that on their own terms anyway. But, you know, I'd happily play something like a Metaphor on Switch 2, where I'm not too fussed about having achievements or stats or whatever, like, perfect for Switch 2. I would play that there 100%, you know. If you'd want to play Sonic, check your channel, mate. Snoop Dogg's up in first, by the way. This is incredible. RP5 Switch 4 surely will be better shifted units. Wasn't it really strongly performing P5 on Switch? Like, the second best platform, presumably outside of the original PS4 version. I don't remember the exact stats, but I remember it being pretty good. What on earth? I blinked. Oh, America. Yeah, I heard P5 did really well on Switch. It's just weird that they've not immediately confirmed anything for launch window. But, well, I was going to say, you know, if that June Direct happened, then maybe we'd hear some more about it. But June Direct's real, guys. It's real. Mom, Dad, Switch Direct. That's right, Donkey Kong Direct. Gives you time to play Metaphor. It was on Game Pass. My Game Pass expired, and, you know, for reasons I'm not going to continue it. But had I had a bit more time for Switch 2 launch, I actually probably would have started it. And yeah, Monster Hunter not being on it is a very good point. See, I heard a lot of people say it was going to be an original Monster Hunter again, but I do reckon they'd attempt to cram worlds onto it. Is World? No. Well, which one are we on now? It's been a while. The only one I played for like more than 10 seconds was Rise. Yeah, Wilds, thank you, that's why. Because I combined World and... combined World and Wilds into Worlds. Rise is more arcadey, TBH. That was the only one, because I think it was a freebie on... there was a demo freebie on Switch. I think it came up as part of a Nintendo event at some point. Picked up Generations Ultimate yesterday. Please elaborate. It's a good Monster Hunter. Okay, that's good to know. I know I watched a lot of it when it came to Xbox, because someone in the house played quite a bit of it, but I did not play it. Oh! Oh! See, I'm so used to a Larry being Sonic filled that I read Generations Ultimate. I was like, eh? But that... Did someone make a mod of Generations or something? I just missed it. Fair enough. I'm trying to remember which one Generations Ultimate is off the top of my head now. Once again, did I mention there's so many of them? Yeah, it is 3. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Was that on Switch as well? I don't remember that. I assume if you got it from CEX, it's on Switch. You didn't just, like, spring for the Xbox One version randomly. Surprise, I traded in my Switch too. I'm all on Xbox now. Scar Mario 3. What the... Oh, because someone took control of it. I was like, that's swaying wildly. Makes sense. Look, who doesn't love a bit of Scar Mario 3, right? The useless hammer item actually hit 2 people. I'm so lucky. Ooh. Oh, someone was transformed. Still missing 2 characters, by the way. I sat and grinded for Rocky Wrench on Airship Fortress for like 2 hours. Actually, 2 of us did. Still haven't got it. I haven't seen an hour count. I've seen that it is over 300 tracks, like 296 at the current estimate I've seen. But I'm going to assume that's missing some stuff because it's a YouTube upload. The version that's actually good quality that's floating around is currently only up to like 170 tracks. But even that is probably already like 6-7 hours worth of music. I mean, I wouldn't want to, you know, imply that it was in circulation, but in a second I could probably tell you how much. Maybe. In a second I could probably tell you how much is in that folder. Because yeah, it's like 170 tracks. Yeah, Nintendo, if you want to put it on Nintendo Music, I will happily listen to it through there, so please feel free to do that. No, because we can't have spoilers, because we can't spoil the Rainbow Roads in the game. Oh, sorry guys. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for stating the obvious and then pretending it's a secret. Speaking of which, can we all pretend to be surprised when Pauline shows up on Wednesday? Thank you very much, Nintendo would appreciate that. During that Donkey Kong Direct, can we all pretend we didn't see them leak that themselves? Oh yeah, categories will become a complete shit show on Nintendo Music of this game, and I'm so ready for it. Damn it. Great. Wait, what's this about Pauline? Nintendo Korea did a really dumb thing a couple months ago, and accidentally uploaded a bunch of assets for both this game and Donkey Kong to their website. So in this game's case, they leaked Rainbow Road was coming way before the Mario Kart Direct. So at the end of the Mario Kart Direct, they went, maybe Rainbow Road will appear. We've already seen screenshots of it in action, basically. In the case of Donkey Kong, the render they've been using for the key art of the game box, there's a version of it with Pauline in it, a young child Pauline. I'll spoiler log it. It's on archive.org, so it's legit. Donkey Kong Bonanza Falling. But yeah, this is... They accidentally uploaded this to their Nintendo Korea page, and then have been spending the last few months along with Mario Kart pretending that they didn't do this. So I'm putting that in general real quick with a spoiler tag. There you go. As for that Mario Kart World Rip that I would never have, where is it? MKW. It is 171 songs currently, and 300 gig. That's not what I wanted to know. How do you tell in Windows? Jamie, that's a complete mess for another day, and I don't think they're currently looking to tackle that. For some reason, yeah, it's not telling me how long the tracks are. MP3 tag, please save me. 7 hours and 46 minutes. And that's still missing like 100 tracks. The Source platform probably is a good call, yeah. But my understanding is it's not Cranky Kong. Weirdly. It is supposed to be current DK. So probably time travel. Some sort of shenanigans relating to that, if they're even going to bother touching that question. Can't wait for the Purple Rock to be the best character. Hey yo! Side note, but you know how Nintendo games are really expensive and we shouldn't support £6 releases? I found out... Do you want to know how much it is for a code of Donkey Kong on Amazon? That's 37 Great British pounds. Absolutely, my friends. I'm not paying 70 quid for that new. It's like almost half price just to quickly log into your Japanese account and change your region. It's nuts. So there you go. Once again, doing my bit to not support full-price Nintendo releases like I always have made a point of doing. As in, made a point of not doing them. That is probably how I'll be getting that game, is through a Japanese code. So there you go. How is the code that cheap? Exchange rates and presumably lower MSRP comboed into that. Because it's worth bearing in mind, Mario Kart World is like £7-8 cheaper digital. People just kind of forget that because it's like a £90 game or whatever people are currently saying about it on social media. Like, yes, the price is obscene, but it is worth pointing out to combat misinformation that it is slightly cheaper. So therefore, Donkey Kong's probably the same situation as well. The Japanese that version have English. Yeah, all Nintendo games since Switch have been like one region fits all. So, for example, that's exactly what I did with... I'm trying to think of some examples. I did that with Pokemon, actually. I did that with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's the versions I've been playing on stream. And as you've seen it there, fine. Digital should be cheaper than physical. It always should have been. It never was, but it is now. But that's my point, like... People just kind of ignore that factoid, which... I've always heard the argument, yeah, well, it's a stupid price. And don't get me wrong, it's a stupid price, but that doesn't mean you should just stop making it up. Because I saw, like, Polygon did a post, and it was of course, bootlicking, of course, because they said, the games aren't $90, they're $80. And so I'm like, well, that's as bad as $90, so they're $90. And it's like, that's not how it works. That is how misinformation spreads. Just because something is bad doesn't mean it's as worse. I don't count Pokemon as that would have been done to PC. Don't Nintendo publish them everywhere, I thought? Anyway, look, while we're in this lobby, I'll quickly find you a game I've imported. Look, we got loads of games here. Well, Captain Toad, the DLC, I did through there. Donkey Kong, I definitely did through there. This one, DK Returns HD. Megamix, no. I'm trying to remember. Brothership definitely did. What else? There's more here if I keep going through. Tetris Diamond, that is flat out a Japanese exclusive. I bought that through this account. It's a Gmode game, so it's a mobile game. As in, really old mobile game. Like, for Gmode phones, that's why I got the name it does. Yeah, Pokemon's I've pretty much all got through the Japanese store. That's how I have them digital. Samba, pretty sure I did Samba that way. You always save a chunk of money doing it that way. Can you transfer and reset your old Switch? What's that on the Switch too? I don't know about reset. You can transfer it. I think similar to the Switch 1 transfers, as i.e. when you did them back and forth, I think there's an ability to say, hey, you're going to continue using the old console, and I think you can press no. I just don't know what happens when you press no. At the very least, you could always just do the transfer and then cut it out. Everything I've seen says you need to transfer your digital game cards manually. Really? I didn't have to do that, I don't think. Then again, I never really had any inserted on the Switch. I assumed the transfer process would take care of that for you. I never really used them on Switch 1 because I had the weird primary account system set differently, so I never had to insert them, quote unquote. I would have thought the process would have done it. Is that a Shield Hero game? Yes, that was Picross. I've got like 7 billion Picross games, and I'm not the one who buys them, that's the great thing. Thank you, family sharing, very cool. So yeah, not exactly the most exciting of licensed games for most people, but I mean, I'm currently... You might have seen it on the menu there, I'm working my way through Namco Picross currently. So Shield Hero would be very far down the list, as someone who doesn't really know anything about it. Picross. It happens to the best of us. You're waiting for your favourite franchise to get a game. Just saw the DK pick. It's really interesting, isn't it? And then, as I say, they pretended it wasn't real. But it's definitely Paul Leon, isn't it? And it was on an official website. Namco, but you're a Sega fan? I can be a Namco fan. Look, people say Namco suck nowadays, but I don't just play the anime slop games they put out. I have played some of it, and it's not good. Namco still push out some good stuff, for sure. Yes it is, Jamie. Not all anime slop is equal. Namco's mostly is. I can't really think of much of it that's good off the top of my head, aside from like... Were they responsible for... I can't remember, did they publish Budokai back in the day? Oh, Dynasty Warriors Gundam. Oh. The arcade rivalry. I mean, I get it, but what if I could have 2 cakes? My favourite analogy. I love 2 cakes. I'm a famous 2 cake enjoyer. Don't look at the Ridge Racer then, because as a Daytona fan, you're not meant to enjoy Ridge Racer. And that is on my home screen somewhere. Budokai was Atari. Yes, you're right. I can't remember what game I'm thinking of. Namco have done some good licensed games over the years for sure, but I feel like their licenses aren't exactly known for being the greatest games. I mean, the most recent one I played was Spy Family, and that was boring. Oh my god, it was boring. Hey, at least it had a good Mappy remix. Even though the Hornet was in Ridge Racer, although you aren't allowed to pretend that modern video games exist, they all suck. God, you should know this as a hardcore Sega fan. But any Sega game released post 2001 doesn't count. Need that Spy Annie game? Don't rush to it. Really, don't rush to it. It's not good. It's just tedious. I mean, I could have told you that looking at the trailers, but it's the definition of £20 tedious, not £50 tedious. That was one of the biggest rolls I've ever seen on a bomb. Also, could it have... Fuck's sake! I nearly won one! How did you do it? Oh, man. Ugh. Second, I'll take it. What you say isn't good, someone might like. Jamie, I like slice of life games. It is tedious as all hell. I liked the trailer. It's just not a good game. It's a minigame collection with no spice. Like, the minigames are fine, but it needs good glue around it, and the glue's just weak. Like, it's glued together with spit. Like, the stuff surrounding the semi-interesting minigames just isn't very good. And like I said, you need something like that in a game like that. It's on sale for 31. I'd check code sites for 31, personally. As I said, I paid 50, that's why I'm still so salty about it, because I finished it in like Had I not 100%ed it, I would have finished it in like 5 hours. Oh, not 5 hours, sorry. 5 hours was about the 100% time. I'm gonna vote random, to be honest. I'm not really feeling either of those 3 tracks. I did them earlier today because I was playing Mario Kart like an hour or 2 before the stream went live. It's indeed Season 3 this autumn. I meant to, in between Season 2 ending and now, actually read the manga and get a little bit ahead. So I was actually ahead by the time Season 3 came out, but I just never did that because I've not been very good at... I don't know. Watch the movie also? I have watched the movie. Watched it in cinemas. I thought it was alright. Oh. Dope. I actually didn't pay attention to where we were. Yeah, we were getting supper, no worries alone. Ugh, it's stupidly warm in here and I've only had the door closed for... How long have we been live? Oh my god, nearly an hour, really? Okay, never mind, that's kind of to be expected. We have a reference, 27, and apparently only 53% humidity, but it's just... People are asking how can you watch it with Japanese and English subs and simply adapt to it. It's really not that difficult of a skill, I think, most of the time, unless... There's, of course, reasons that you would struggle with it, but, like... For the most part, it's fine. I know people really struggle with that. So it's like, oh, I'm watching the dub. And it's like, it's kind of fair. I get not... Especially on the big screen, I get not being able to see everything. But it's more like a general concept of how can you read subtitles. But I also get, like... Oh, I can't... see... you know, I can't pay enough attention to the screen or whatever. I get that, but then some people are like, how can you do this full stop? It's like, how can I read? Not hard. I rewatched it in English, I believe, because for that reason it was just a bit easier to like pay attention to surroundings and things like that. See, I actually think the English dub's very good, with one exception. I find the dub voice for Anya really difficult to understand because they put on that fake. The fake baby voice and everything's really unintelligible. So weirdly, I'd actually want subtitles for the version you watch to not read subtitles sometimes. I just really struggled to understand it at times when I was watching the show. I just would just not make out certain sentences. It's just one of those voices I just couldn't quite get my head around. Personally, but everyone else is like exactly as I expect them to sound, so I don't really have any complaints with the rest of the cast. $4D? God, what was the 4D like in that film? Right, time to go back to Alberto. Welcome back, Alaric. You've missed, like, absolutely nothing. So I'm going to experience the Dragon Ball series in Japanese. Best of luck. One of the few cases where I know people very adamantly defend in the case of the English dub over the original. Never been shoved around as much as any other movie theatre. What on earth is there to be shoved around for in that film? I'm remembering my experience. What, like the 20-minute action sequence? Where? Oh, the plane sequences and the flaming fight. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Need for Speed Underground for £8 on PC yesterday, too. I'm guessing physical, you mean, right? Because we've done most of these. I'm guessing you mean physical. Because that game's still listed digitally, you know. Ah, nice, nice. People defend the Goku because they say Goku sounds stupid, but here's the thing. Goku's kind of stupid. You know what? Based. Also, this is reminding me for some reason. I don't know why it's reminding me. That King mentioned Download Festival earlier and Liquid Death. Very funny. But did you say it was just Drip or something that the water was called? Lovely can of Drip right now coming up. It was called Drip. Okay, I'm just checking I didn't make that one up. Oops. Say Liquid Death, I've been trying to find the color version. I've never had it. I'm guessing it's just like sparkling water in its base form, right? And then you just got flavored versions, presumably. We dancing like Glasgow. Like corner on yesterday. Gotta get the moves in, you know. Gotta put some swaz on it. Oh, thanks, Yoshi. Said it before, but if you want to collect the cheap, if you want to collect on the cheap, go for DVD case PC games. Sure, they aren't as plug and play, but they'll run on any contemporary PC. Exactly. Like, I've definitely dabbled in my fair share of, you know, getting that sort of stuff working. But we are the sort of people who find weird joy in applying patches to PC games and stuff. We are very few and far between. Me and Alari are like a lost breed for sure. Case in point, you know, I put like a huge guide on how to fix transformed on modern PCs into the Discord on Saturday. And, you know, that's like a relatively new game compared to some of those, but like, I'm definitely not adverse to it as long as the end result is good. There's plenty of games where the end result isn't very good. Sonic Heroes! And people still swear by the PC version, even though it's significantly worse than the far cheaper, in most cases, console versions. But added the fun of making them work under Wine. In most instances, that's not too bad, honestly. Wine's legacy Windows support is better than Windows' own, which a lot of Linux people say, yeah, Windows' own sucks. Like, Windows' own is surprisingly competent, but Wine's is more competent, which is very funny. What do you mean you love Heroes? My issue with Heroes is that people recommend, no, the best way to play it's the PC version with 7 billion mods. It's not. The PC version's just a really awful version of the game. It's effectively based on a beta of the console version, so as a result, it is actually even worse to play than the console versions, but people swear that it is significantly better, and therefore, trust me bro, it's good if you install 10 mods. Or I could just fire up Dolphin and install 0 mods and have a better experience, but don't tell them that. Yeah, there it is, PS2 version on PS3. I knew Jamie would mention it sooner rather than later. And yeah, that's exactly it, Pete. It's just the better way to do it, but people swear, no, if you put the console restoration patches and the control patches and the HD texture, fuck off, it's just not good. The game is more glitchy. Based on a beta, I'm glad Sega didn't make that mistake again. I know you're like referring to a way later game, but Billy Hatchet quite literally did that, and it's another Sega Europe PC port. That was admittedly a few years after Heroes, but still. Billy Hatchet is also a beta of Billy Hatchet. Unapproved textures on the game that already looks like plastic. They do look better in the defense of the people who made those textures. Like, they do look better than just using the vanilla PC version or whatever. But like, I'm not even talking mods to make it look better or what people say are required. It's like mods to bring it in line with a version you could just play instead. Like, oh, here's a physics restoration to make not to make the physics play better, like Adventure 1 or 2 or whatever. They do exist. But it's like, here's a way to make it feel like the console version. Or the console version that already feels like arse. I've got to install a mod to get it to that standard, let alone a better standard. Yes, you do. Okay, just checking. You fall through way more stuff. There's a load of, like, you get way too much, way too little speed scenarios and stuff like that. And people will still swear that it's better. It's not. Stop playing it. Half the people who play the game make the mistake of doing that. And it's like, it's not a great game, but it is made out to be a far worse game than it is because of people playing the wrong version. Anything the PC version has over Dolphin is a slicker widescreen mod. Even then, like, the widescreen's not that bad on Dolphin, you know? Like, the HUD's just in the middle of the screen, like, you can live with that. I don't know, there's like a couple of PC version cases where people are like, no, it's really good. It's like, just play the console version for God's sake. But PC compatibility, yeah, Dolphin exists, and it probably runs on your computer in 2025, even a crap one. Cards in the middle and menus cut off weirdly. Honestly, the menus are cut off weirdly on PC as well. Like, that's not a Dolphin exclusive thing. I think it's just how the menus work. Like, I remember messing about with it on Archipelago recently, and the menus were like, well, a bunch of assets were on and off the screen and stuff. Like, I think it's just a thing. Sure, texture mods are available. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Probably wouldn't see a difference, TBH. Maybe not. I can drive, I swear. That is surprisingly not off the course. I forgot. This is Rail Grind the game. Yeah, like, I can think of a bunch of other PC versions like that, for example. Like, there are some legitimate cases where the PC version with mods is the best way to play. Like, you can think of your SATXs and stuff. Even something like Rayman 3. But Rayman 3 is one of the cases where, honestly, the setup's such a pain. I'd just rather play the console version, and it's nothing to do with the quality of the version. I don't mind 4x3 first time Sonic game either. I just always prefer having the option of widescreen when possible. It just plays nicer with stream layouts and most monitors and stuff. Like, I don't have to readjust my monitor settings. I don't have to like crop the gameplay in OBS or whatever. Like, it's always just a little bit easier to work with generally. Not that I'm against like using the 4x3 layout or whatever have you, but like, if there's an option on like one of these PC ports, I'll normally take it personally. A case in point when I do actually do. But what I said, the only way to play the Archipelago of Sonic Heroes is through the PC version, so that's why I know all this stuff. Which in that case is because it was easy to program for, which is fair enough. But people will still swear it's a better version, it's not. Yeah, like, in that case, I said for a while I wanted to do Shadow the Hedgehog versus Sonic Heroes as a randomizer thing. In that case, I definitely do both of those games in widescreen just to save myself a headache from having like 2 or 3 layouts or whatever. I love this game. Luckily I got everyone with that, so it kind of softened the blow a little bit. Now I'm only 7th instead of like 700. Other cursed version, just wait till some older Shadow version drops. Soon, DM. Okay, the lobby's been really weird today. It like super thins out and then just everyone joins at once. Like, I'm not entirely sure why that is. Wait, you can go this way? Huh? Oh, because it's free roam, right? Yeah. Really set up GC Heroes on the deck. I have a soft spot for that game. Probably some nostalgia bias. Oh, definitely some nostalgia bias. And you're a Sonic fan, like, the more you play these games, the better they get to play. So, like, there's a certain point where you can just ignore the issues. I've about hit that point with Heroes, unless I'm purposefully playing some shitty version to, like, make a stream content thing out of it. Like, I can work around the jank and have a good time playing it or whatever. I don't know, Xbox was that version good. Basically comparable with GC. There's like a couple differences each way. Like, Xbox has better quality FMVs, whereas GameCube has, like, I can't remember. There's some stuff that GameCube has that Xbox doesn't. Xbox has multi-audio on disc. You have to change the BIOS language to use it, but it's there, which is more than GameCube has, because 1 GB disc rather than 4. I think the only version where you can actually freely change text and voice language is actually PS2. Because I could have done that on the Heroes PS2 stream. Wait, did I do that actually? I don't remember. Did I play in English in the end? Because yeah, that version had the option to change the dub track as well as keep it in English. I don't think I did that in the end because I was playing on the European version of the game, so therefore I didn't really feel like play the game in English. Okay, yeah, because when we get to Shadow, for example, Shadow has the same thing on PS2, so I could very easily, even though it's a Japanese-only PSN game, I could very easily just play it in English or whatever have you. That was a legitimately cool feature of the PS2 version. It's too bad that's the only thing it has going for it, is that it has in-game audio language settings. That was like the one thing you can say about that version. Congrats guys, you did it. Even PC didn't have that. I guess they just didn't deem it worth their time, even though... Oh no, I say that. It was 2 discs, but it was 2 CDs to save cost. Good old Cuba Beach 2. Probably play Shadow 2, all endings. It's not as bad, is it? Put it this way, I still prefer it over Heroes, personally. There's like a hop in and play some levels things, Heroes the better game, but as like an actual overall experience, I honestly think I would personally take Shadow. Like, Shadow's not as easy to hop in and say, oh, just, you know, I'll hop in and do Team Sonic. Pretty easy, right? Oh, just hop in and do Neutral Story, not as fun or whatever, but, like, if you had to compare them, I'd honestly think that's the better one of the two, like, as a pros and cons kind of situation. But I'm aware that is wholly wrong or whatever, so you don't have to listen too much to that one. That was an awful race. Good work on Shadow and get 600 plus story pass. I'm okay. I'm good, thank you. Give Black Knight another chance. I bloody love Black Knight. I mean, I love Secret Rings as well, so I'm like the worst person to ask about these sort of things. But Secret Rings I love for everything but the control scheme, whereas I actually like Black Knight's control scheme. Yeah, I'm sure it's better without, you know, having to waggle or whatever, but waggling's part of the fun. Like, feeling like you're actually swinging that sword. Don't get me wrong, it gets... Oh, yeah, your wrist does hurt after a while, but there is also a I'm swinging a sword, it's fun, or whatever aspect to it for me personally. Like, there is just some, you know, good old emotion-controlled goofiness to it that I really like. No, we already did Peach Stadium. Can I have this, please? I'm not gonna get this entire... Yeah, like, honestly, that is a lot of the reason for me with the Storybook series. Is the Storybook series is, stories and world building is, like, world class, personally, for me. Like, some of the best in Sonic. I know that's a really hot take, but, like, Secret Ring story is god tier Sonic story, honestly. Black Knight's is no slouch either. Play Secret Rings with those crappy controls. Jamie, you've got a PC. Treat yourself to some good controls, because there are packs out there. I think Larry did actually play Secret Rings that way. Get yourself a pack and play it with a good control scheme. I got enjoyment out of Chronicles because of that. One day I'll stream Chronicles. One day. It is actually on the list of stuff I want to do. It would be a tiny bit amusing. But hey, soon we could see Shade in Sonic Blitz, but never say never. Could happen. Oh, thanks for the boost. Never mind, Sussy got me, thanks. Appreciate that. Play Secret Rings with a normal controller map to the motion and a texture pack to change the props. There you go, point Jamie in the direction of that. That's how you're going to replay Secret Rings and you'll enjoy it more. Cool. Oh wait, I thought I got another one. I was about to be very confused. That's not really experiencing the game, but you said replay, so you've already experienced it, so what are you missing out on at that point? You've already done it once, and you've kind of already got that aspect out of it. You know what you're getting into if you're doing it a second time, right? I only did the... Oh, okay. That's a bit different then. Well, that's up to you at that point, I guess. I would, personally, yeah, I'd go for the original control scheme before enjoying it in that sort of way, but each their own. Fair play, it's not bad. Oh, goodness, it's getting warm. I've only been live for like an hour 10. I did say about 2 hours, so he perseveres, don't you worry. Black Knight only did the tutorial. Black Knight's tutorial was significantly easier by comparison, just because you have an actual control stick. God damn it. Well, luckily, as the game just booted me, I can actually ban them myself. Oh, look, doing my own mod work. I can do it, it's fine. Were the game not so mean to me, I would not be in this situation. Who do I want to play as? I have no idea, honestly. Ooh, this Toad's Turnpike remix though? This is good. I kind of feel like playing as Wiggler. Alright, let's see what room we get into. Posted the pack in Discord. Thanks a lot. Speaking of Discord, I'm going to say it again at the end, but I'll say it now. Next week's stream, next Monday's stream, should be a bit of All-Stars Racing Transformed. Those of you interested in joining. If not, be a similar like Mario Kart Monday stream per usual. We'll have a song request going on. Oh my god, I've been playing too much Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I keep trying to lean into the rails. There's no score multiplier in this game. But yeah, we're going to be doing that next week. It is on PC. I would strongly recommend before joining the lobby, or just whenever you can, if you go to the Discord, there is a little... there's a thread basically. It's called like multiplayer games or something like that. Go in there, there's a transform section, and in there that will give you a list of fixes you might need to apply, you will need to apply, just to get the best possible experience on PC nowadays, because otherwise the game is very crash prone on Windows 10 and 11, so it is strongly recommended to install those. So there's a little thread there on how to do that. You know, the quicker you do it, the more ready you are to get set up or whatever for Monday, but that is the plan, because it is the 23rd on Monday, so but we do that rather than Mario. Laughs in Steam Deck, and indeed, if you're on Steam Deck, you don't have to do any of that. Distracted by the fact you're driving a truck. So go on over to the chat, the Discord chat. I mean, I can pause for a second so I can actually run you through this. Yeah, so go on Discord, and from there, I've just seen the GIF, thank you, King. From there, in the Games tab, there's multiplayer games. That's a Discord threads thing. Click on Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, and there's like a guide on how to fix it for your PC. So the main thing is download DVXK or DXVK. That fixes a lot of the crashes, and enable VSync. Also, if you've got a high refresh rate monitor, you need to do some stuff in the NVIDIA control panel. If you have no idea what a high refresh rate monitor is, then you're fine. But yeah, the game just isn't very stable on modern PCs, so it's strongly recommended to follow that, otherwise you probably won't be able to stay in the lobby for very long, as we find out every time we stream it. I tell people, please do these things, they go, I'm good, and then the game crashes within about a week. A week? Sorry, about a race. Oh, there we go. The race will start soon. How exciting. But yeah, that's how you fix all that anyway. That's in that Discord thread, so follow through that guide, and that should get rid of all the issues. Alright, Stelview Peak, sure. Someone kept dropping out after every race last time, right? Whenever we play with Gum always has issues. Gum's the one I always remember in particular. Goes, I'm gonna play, lasts about half a race, rejoins like 5 times, then goes, guess it's not working. There's a couple other people who have the issue as well, though. Like I keep saying, the newer the laptop / I think it was Kev, that too. But yeah, the newer the machine gets, the newer the OS gets, the more problems, because it's a Windows 7 game made for, you know, pre-GTX cards or whatever, for example. We're now on RTX, like 5090 or whatever. Unsurprisingly, there's a couple compatibility issues coming out. So, you know, if you're on Steam Deck, luckily all of that is built in, which is really nice. But not on Windows, you gotta do it yourself. What, Transform? No, Transform was 7. Like, Transform was 2012, so yeah, 7's been out for like 2 or 3 years by that point. From that era of Sega PC ports in general. Transformed was when they were just about getting okay. They weren't great, but they were getting there. Don't get me wrong, they're not amazing nowadays still, but they certainly are. The issues are far better to deal with than what they used to be. And I'm getting a load of messages on my phone, which keeps distracting me. So I keep going silent, which is really great for a stream. Most of that is because it is just unbearably warm. I'm, at this point, more leaning towards an hour and a half, an hour and 45. Which I'm aware is a little disappointing, but hey, we got Pokemon coming up. Speaking of which, Pokemon won't be Wednesday, because I'm out, like, basically from 7 AM till about 7 PM on Wednesday. I'm out for a really long time. More realistically, like 8 or 9 PM, actually, so I need to go and do the shopping tomorrow instead, so probably not tomorrow either. So I'm thinking Thursday for Pokemon, just so people are aware. Which is unfortunate, because, yeah, shorter stream today, potentially, combined with big gap for next Pokemon stream. You know, don't go too mad without me, it's okay. Love how Transform supports remote play together, but doesn't always work properly, because it doesn't support hot swapping controllers. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. Transform's not good at hot swapping, is it? Which is weird, because I'm pretty sure All-Stars Racing can do that just fine from memory, and I could be wrong. I'm doing so badly, they're giving me like the top tier support items, who can blame them? Oh, that was the last lap. I just zoned out. Okay, that's fine. That was a good placement, all things considered, based on how that was going. You have to remote play together the launcher, and even then, it will sometimes forget which controller is assigned. Oh boy, that's incredible. Gotta love the launcher era gaming, right? So glad we're over the launcher. My brother got it to work once, we now just pick up on the TV. That is probably the better idea, I guess. Even then, I don't feel like the couple of times I've done remote play on Steam, I've never had a good experience with it, honestly, which is weird because we then do Parsec, you know, same concept, and it's significantly better and actually way more playable. I bought it on 360 specifically to have a co-op save. That's a very good idea. Oh, excuse me. Airship Fortress again, the free thinkers have spoken. Why we take good. I get deeply concerned when it takes that long. Boys, that version jaggy though. I only got the Ocean View shortcut by memory. I remember SD of all people telling me once, I think it's like 540p on Xbox. That's how much it struggled to run on 360. And when they did the 60 FPS patch, the great thing was, you know, Generations already had a 4K patch on Xbox. I think Unleashed got one to get it to 1080 or something. They did not resolution patch Sonic Transform, they just gave it HDR. So it's still like on a 4K screen 540p. It is horrendous on Xbox Series how bad it looks. But weirdly, still significantly more plug and play of a version than the PC version is. Because it is not, it is so easy to find a game basically. So it's not only simple, but you don't have to contend with any of the issues of the game crashing halfway through. You just join a lobby and the game actually works, just like old days gone by, you know? Good times. And it feels somewhat competent to play, given the 60 FPS buff as well. Fantastic. You're gonna throw that backwards at me, and I know it. Saw it on 3DS yesterday. I still want to play through the 3DS version at some point on stream. It feels like a fun idea. What could possibly go wrong? Only slightly worse looking. That and the Vita version only slightly worse looking than the 360 version. Even then, I assume the 360 version must be more competent than PS3, right? Played World Tour 3 on PS3 like once with the intention that I might get all the trophies, and then remembered once again I really suck at Transforms World Tour, so didn't do that. Oh, I wish I was the one getting this, because I actually need the thing here on SPM, I was going to say. I actually need Rocky Ranch still here on Airship Fortress, so I would have been a little mad. That's the wrong way. Hey, at least I wall rode for a little bit. Physics gets stuck on the joint between two tracks on the Monkey Ball track. Ah, Transform 3DS, my beloved. Oh, that was on PC. Oh, okay. I just the sort of thing I expect from 3DS, honestly. Oh, really? That was horrendous always, honestly. That was mid-packs. It's not even that bad for most Mario Kart games. It just felt bad. Same problem happened on Galactic Parade. I always remember Galactic Parade being a little bit buggy, honestly, even in its heyday. That being the game's heyday, I guess. Let's see, who do I feel like playing as? I've been enjoying playing as Peepo recently. There we go, we've got Pete here as well. Everyone's in the lobby, right? There's the control mod for Secret Rings downloading and the Transform Pack downloaded. Very nice, thank you, Jamie. Just to double check, as I said, if you don't have a high refresh rate monitor, you don't need to do step 3, but at the very least do step 2. Because the game doesn't run at 60 FPS if you don't have VSync on for reasons. I don't know why, they're very silly reasons. I remember once going through the portal in a temple trouble and getting launched high enough in the air to do a multi-flip. I think I've had that happen before, actually, yeah. Monitor is 60, just do VSync in that case then. And you're all good to go, hopefully. That's all the things I remember having to do last time, and that's all the things the PC Gaming Wiki lists, so it should be everything. I hope. Going off the ramp to golden next stage and getting a turn around 180 degrees. I definitely had that one. That one's happened to me before. Or shall I say my TV is still 60? It still works. It ain't broke. Thank you for the mushrooms, Birdo. Appreciate it. I have the foresight to avoid that. Why didn't everyone else? Hey, Yoshi's getting away hella light with this one. Oh. I'm just gonna throw that there and hope it gets someone since those take so long to explode. Oh, it's raining. Okay. Alright, we got a good placement so far. It means it's all going to go to pot, but we are approaching the third lap. We do have a chance here. There is the tiniest of chances we could make something of this. Let's throw it all away, as we always do. So let's I throw it away in a more married... Oh, you bastard! Take it like a man. There we go. Long story, actually, on that one. Phrasing. Come on, please. Please give me something to do with this. I actually want an online win for once. Feel like I got tools. Might be okay. We might have this. Let's go! It finally happened. That's me kicking my Switch 1 charger. Oh god, what a prick. Just like, don't slow down on me. Don't try and get me hit by it. Just take it. It's your blue shell. And the game correctly identified that, yeah, that's your blue shell. Tough shit, buddy. Now do it a second time? Not happening. But I'll take one in my crowd as well. Really? I don't know why I'm going so far off track here. I don't quite know what else to do with myself in this intermission. We've not done Choco Mountain, so I guess Choco Mountain. Goomba. Unfortunately, a little too late for this race. Remind me before I get too locked in for the next race. So sometimes the worst thing about the warm is it's that level where it's like... It's mostly just humid, honestly, more than warm. It's at the sleepy level, honestly, I can't lie to you. Like, I've just about got enough of a breeze to where I can counteract the normal, you know, the fan's just about counteracting it well enough where it's very toasty, but it's just about sleepy level, can't lie. Oh yeah, the 3D minimap's really nice, sure. Apologies about that one. Oh, I had a load of drink right at once, and it is all... Yeah, thankfully, it's all working its way through. Got my fan on, but it feels like it's doing nothing. I can feel mine is. I can feel mine's got to the point of pushing around hot air, though. Tomorrow's meant to be even worse, which is why I'm almost glad I'm not streaming Pokemon tomorrow. Because that will... Oh, God, I don't even want to think about that. I think tomorrow's meant to be the worst day of this week or whatever, so... I guess I've dodged a bullet a bit there by being out during that stream. At least I managed to get my walks in this week. I don't ever find walks and stuff too bad, honestly, in most Heat, unless it's like really extreme, personally. It's like you're already getting, half the time you're already getting like a little bit, you know, you get a sweat on or whatever while walking, so I don't find it too bad. It's like, well, everyone's kind of like this now if you're walking in the heat or whatever, like, you know, you're one of everyone else. I drank a whole litre just on 2 miles. Yeah, that is the big issue, it's the water issue. You then got to make sure you bring a bottle with you rather than, you know, when I would always do it like earlier on in the spring and summer, I wouldn't have to bother, but yeah, gotta bring like the whole big ass bottle with you now instead. It's it's great. The hottest move for this week's Sunday, which says it's gonna be 31. I do not envy you actually. I can check in a second. It's already on that too, somehow. Oh, I thought that was a fib, but no, this game doesn't have fibs. It's just a car. Oh, I went for the trick there because I thought it was a trick just like that person thought. So what is their name, that Goomba person? Oh, it's Connor. For some reason I thought it said Gooma. Like G-O-M-O-O-R. I don't know why. Something retain heat. Say the line. Say the line, British person. Oh, say the line, but our houses are built to retain heat. Yay! I can't even claim that. This room isn't built to retain heat. This is custom built to kind of be warm enough in the spring, or to be in the winter, to where it's not retaining the heat, it just gets hot and nowhere for it to really escape, less that it's being retained. By the way, how's that for your double first place? Never liked the hair? Well, sorry to hear that, Jamie. Anyway, weather. What's the worst it's going to be here this week? For some reason, using BBC weather, it's never accurate. I just always forget to change to open weather or whatever. Sunday's 30 here, yeah. Sunday and Monday are both 30. Ugh. Jamie's a sub man, not a dub man. Goomba. I did actually remember this time. Just can't do anything right now. Oh, man. Whereabouts is Goomba? There you are. Ooh. Space junk time. This Sunday we're all screwed due to the heat. We sure are. Gotta love that UK summer. I get it, it's easier than everyone else's summer, but it's still not fun. Give me spring any day. I saw that Nabbit video. It sounds like he says "suck your dad." Yeah, we all did. Do I tell the story? I mistakenly did send that on to my... Thank you. I did mistakenly send that on to my sister, who's proceeded to quote it to me for about the last 3 days now. So I have heard "suck your dad" more than I would prefer in these last 48 hours. But it does sound like it. You can't deny it. Not gonna lie, I am in the position where I would take a Paradise Punch lemonade right now. I don't know about the rest of you. No worries. Yeah, probably a good idea. I've just about run out, but the rest of you go and get one. No excuses. So-called free thinkers when Toad's Factory is selectable. I am one of the free thinkers in this scenario. Anyway, here you go. Here's your Goomba request. Oh, it suddenly got really like hay fevery feeling. I think I know where it is. I think it's dust. For some reason, randomly a load of dust flew about today. I must have like caught some somewhere. I don't know why it's taken until now to be an issue, basically. I think that's definitely it. I think it's some sort of dust flying around, but I don't know why now's the time to take offense to it. That's not good. That's really not good. Whoops. Whoops. Most of the flipping Discord for those who haven't seen it. Thank you for the blessings. Blessed in more than one way just now. Also, I just realised that guy's playing the same combo. They were last race, but it just didn't quite twig until now. Very nice. Dumped it in the automobile. Where will he go? To the factory. He yearns for the mines. Cow. Good point. I know it was asked last week, am I happy that Poe's Factory's back? Yes, this remix is so good. Like the little extra twiddly bits that you get, like the... how would you describe it instead of... I'm trying to think of a little bit. It's like... There's a little extra fiddly bit in there that's great. Like the French horn or something almost. I can't quite tell what the instrument is. Anyway. Your one character race has been completed. Thank you for your channel points. Penguin time. I can't think what this is all of a sudden. Oh, it's Luigi Circuit or something, isn't it? By the way, anyone who needs to get costumes, this is a really cracked spot that gives you a lot of the ones that you probably missed elsewhere. Like bikers and stuff, and a couple others. Make sure you just get all 3 types of food, because there are a couple. I'm going to random this. Yeah, there are a couple you can get here. You can get drinks, chocolate, and crisps, and all 3 of them will give you different things. I have it turned off, because that's another PSA. If you go to the controls menu, you can turn off transforms after you've got the characters you want from that respective character. Just make sure to turn it back on if you want to get it with like a different character or whatever. Back with an Apple Cordial by SodaStream. Apple Cordial right now. Holy moly, sounds good. Oh, my nose is still so itchy. Let's just double check that Nabbit Suck Your Dad did indeed make it into the Discord. Okay, it did. Thank God. Murder Robinson's strawberry and apple right now. Robinson's underrated. There, I said it, guys. See, if King was still here, King always used to roast me for at Taco Bell picking Robinson's apple and blackcurrant over like a Coke or something, but half the time, when you're having something like that, especially if you're having spicy food, you want something that quenches you. What quenches you more than squash? I don't want to be drinking an ultra fizzy drink or whatever while I'm like trying to get rid of the spice or whatever. I absolutely just want something I can guzzle down. There you go. Love the flood wheels in water. Oh, it's great. You know, I'm a big Robinson's fan around the house. You know, I don't have a huge amount of fizzy drink most of the time or anything. I've never really been into it until I was much older. Probably a sensory thing, but we move. Yeah, there's like very few I enjoy because I've never really been a big Coke or Pepsi or anything like that guy, so I don't go for gallons of the stuff at home like some people do, so been a big squash brain for that reason, you know. Recent favourite, I'm gonna have a wild is what tractor request. Oh my god, you're requesting the intermission version and not the real version? Are you even a fan? Are you even a fan if you don't just exclusively pick the free tracks? Because that's proper Mario Kart or something. I'm glad we got to at least play the intermission version of Waluigi Stadium, Wario Stadium, because we started with the normal version, so actually that did what the intermission version is supposed to do. They spiced it up a little bit. Oh, music track. Both still apply. You'll have difficulty deciding what level to play as well, I'm sure. But yeah, music track's tough. I got a lot of Pepsi That Syrup for SodaStream. I assume it comes out alright from SodaStream then, because I've never had one. I don't know. I think I knew someone with one, but I never tried it. I think at the time it was mostly like 7-Up, Pepsi, etc. There wasn't any like really weird flavours. This was in like circa 2011 when it just about came back. Yeah, nowadays they do like all sorts of weird stuff, and I'm sure like unofficially there's loads as well. Like even officially I was like, oh yeah, here's the it's the Yoinky Sploiky drink where we put all of them together into one hugely concentrated package. It's not bad, but it doesn't stay carbonated for long. Yeah, stuff like that never particularly does. Oh, I still have a last like drop of drink, so I'm gonna have that. This is just Asda's apple and blackcurrant. I'm sorry, I let the side down. Little apple and strawberry though, what a touch, very good. Last year I owned Pepsi owned SodaStream. Yeah, that's why it's only Pepsi stuff. I want to say they didn't always own SodaStream, but I might be wrong. As apple and blackcurrant is my go-to. It's only because Asda is the local. Like, it's okay, but I prefer other versions of apple and blackcurrant. Fascinating chat. Top 10, you know, was it? Top 10, hardest chats or whatever. Raspberry Ripple Pop from Asda? Ooh. Sounds interesting. Do you have the Robinson's apple and blackcurrant juice pots for work or when I'm out and I can't get something I like? Do you mean, what sort do you mean? Like the little squirty ones or something different? Did recently get a little one of those, as in one from Lidl. They're already little as they are. Did recently get the own brand one. God awful. Like, what? I love their squash normally. What did they do to that? They massacred it. It does in a pinch when I'm like, oh, like sometimes with Greg's, for example, with breakfast, they're like, you get a free drink, and I can't be bothered to get an apple or whatever, so I'm like, I'll get a water. Punk. Tricked. Got him. I'm actually having a squaw. Once again, top 10 hardest conversations of all time, number 1. Proper gangster shit this, isn't it? Scamming Greg's. Yeah, I don't know. Not the one, but the own brand Robinson's ones I used to go for a lot at work, because I'd get up to get a drink like once an hour at work. Like, I was a serial, I took the piss, basically. There's no other way around the working. So I'd get up like once an hour to make a drink to pass the time. Iron Brew Nessie Nectar. Not heard of it in my life. Why are you drinking Nessie? What's the situation there? Sounds dodgy. I did that once when KFC didn't have milkshakes, and the Ribena and the drinks machine also didn't work. Your drinks machine had Ribena? What? I've rarely encountered KFCs with drink machines anymore, and even them, they're like really crap. So just have water. Life hack. What's the ad for Nessie Nectar? Should I? Fair. Well, this one wasn't working. But the fact it exists at all is more than I know of any of them. That's more than I've ever known of hashtag not my KFC in those cases, you know. Don't normally go to KFC, but it was near the cinema when I went last December. Yeah, like, it's never a first choice for a lot of people. One of the times King came over kind of recently when we watched Yakuza, we went and got a KFC because like it was right next to the petrol station we needed to go to, and it was the deal that's actually just come back on. 20 hot wings for £8. Like that is lunch and dinner sorted whenever I get that. So you know what? I'll take second. Don't need to say what I saw. No, we got it. We got it. Look, you're a big Mufasa fan, okay? You don't need to share it with the masses. It's fine. The other flavour Iron Brew has at the minute is Unicorn Tears. What the fuck are they doing over there? They take their sugar out of the Iron Brew and they all just go nuts. Yeah, what have the other big ones been recently? Just discovered last week the Strawberry and Kiwi from Aldi. Very good stuff. Aside from that, it's been a lot of Lucasade, because remember, when people tell you to hydrate, you should absolutely do that. But also, bonus points. This one comes up every now and then. I'm sure you've seen it if you were on Twitter at one point, and whatever of that side of Twitter moved to Blue Sky. But if you have antidepressants, you should really keep your electrolytes up as well. So, guess what? My Lucasade buddies. It's like that or whatever else has them like once a day. Kind of gets me through. Starvey Pig, please. You know the star is gone versus give them a chance to be happy. Can I go over here? Will the game out of bounds me because this is free roam? No. Been trying to lay off the energy drinks, but bought several at work. I'm unfortunately an energy drink guy, and I've been trying to have at least a little less. Like, even coffee is better than energy drinks, so shift to coffee when I can or whatever. But please indulge me, because I love energy drinks way too much for my own health. Anyone who knows me knows I absolutely am whenever I go to a con or like anywhere involving friends or whatever. Does all the things. Once again, I made the mistake of letting them become like a comfort drink / a favourite drink kind of thing. Could have tea. I don't really like tea personally. And well, that's a pretty popular opinion. It's not exactly unpopular amongst the youth. The youths or whatever, but never been a huge fan personally. Maybe you haven't had it, right? Very, very probable, honestly. But every time I've had it, I've never been like, I'm desperate for more of this or whatever. It's never even been like a hate thing, it's just never been a like thing. Put the milk in after the water. Oh wait, I put the milk in after what I meant to put it in before. Is this what you're saying? Is this T-Wars thinly veiled debate? Can't remember. I don't know how we make it. It's like 15 years ago. Last time I would have had it homemade or whatever. Some Vimto and 2 cans by brand for Celsius. I know of Celsius, I can't think why. I had the Vimto one once because King recommended it to me because it was like 60p and it was pretty good. To be fair. I'm unfortunately just a bit too much of a Monster fan for my own liking. Like whenever I see a new flavour I kind of just drop everything as long as it's something I like. I don't like orange, so I know for a fact I'm not gonna like the orange flavours or whatever, but like very recently, for example, went somewhere, they had an Eastern European import, like Poland or somewhere I think, and that was peach flavoured, and they have a normal peach flavour in the UK, but it was nitro peach, so I was like, oh, absolutely. 2 or 3 days after, I went to Asda, and there's like a little premiere somewhere nearby, so they had the Java Monsters, which is the coffee ones. It's more coffee than it is anything to drink at that point. £5, had to try it because that was one I hadn't tried before. What brand was that again? What, the peach one I said about? Or something else? Oh, Vimto. Vimto for the 60p if that's what you mean. Is the air to Vimto or not? I can't remember. Oh, the peach. That's just Monster. Like I said, it's like an Eastern European import, so probably your best bet for stuff like that is normally like corner shops and like similar things like that, like your Premiers, Londuses, that kind of thing. I'm gonna say if they have them up your way, but you know most of the time I'm not that far from your way, and I know they have them. So Nice how many off-the-shelf juice drinks are packed with sugar. Yeah, like, disgustingly so, most of the time. Try one of the monsters, I'm a big fan. A lot of them are very different from each other, but yeah, it's probably a good thing. It's a good thing that you're not a big fan, put it that way. Please don't tell me I'm... Okay, good. No, that person got stupidly far ahead, so I can take a cheeky little second. Yeah, really like Monster way too much for my own good. My go-to, quote-unquote, at the minute, in terms of ones that you can easily get that aren't imports like that, is the Punch one. I really like the Punch one, but that is very, very sugary, so that's probably why I like it so much. This is like 40 grams of sugar in a bottle. See, the thing is, Oasis is really bad, but people will swear, like, no, I don't want Oasis Zero or whatever. Oh god, don't give me that. Oasis is one of the cases where I cannot taste the difference. Like, I love Oasis, and I could not tell you the difference for Oasis Zero at all. Like, it's a tiny bit more bitter if you had to make me, like, say it, but not enough to actually care. Same with Coke. Like, I don't like Coke, so I'm not looking out for the signs more, but any time I've, like, sat there and had one, and I'm like, oh, I'll try Diet Coke or whatever, because it's apparently better than Coke Zero. Not a single difference. Family has a history of diabetes, so I need to keep an eye on this stuff. I definitely should, more than I do, I can't lie. I don't have, like, a huge history of it, thankfully. Like, that's just, like, one case of type 2 in the family, but it is enough to where I should pay attention to it. So, good on you for doing so. Better than some of us. Don't mind Red Bull. I like Red Bull every now and then, but this might be a lost reference. It tastes like Calpol. I used to flippin' love Calpol. Probably very bad for me, unfortunately, but I know it's a generational thing. There's some sort of like cough syrup or something that every generation gets addicted to, and Gen Z, it was Calpol. And that's all sugar Red Bull tastes of to me, personally. Every now and then I'm like, oh, it's nice and I can get over that taste, but then every now and then I'm just like, no, it's just... that's just Calpol in a pot. I can't drink that as an energy drink or whatever. 3 cases and that's the immediate family. Yeah, that's definitely something to like actively make sure you're on top of that for sure. Come on, a little slipstream, there we go. Super Mario Free P-Speed sound effect? What do you think caused it? Because I can't think of what that sounds like off the top of my head. There's 2 different Red Bull branding, both energy and not related. Packaging looks similar also. I didn't. Do you have anything more on that? Like, that you could check in the Discord or whatever? I wasn't aware. Unless that what the, like, different colour ones are or something. One of the other races that start with race? It's possible. I don't know whose it would be. I don't know, like, who's the best candidate for that to be or whatever. Maybe one of the enemies? Post it in Discord. Awesome, thank you. I'm a little curious about that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing it's one of the enemies. If not, maybe it was a car noise or something? But then I don't know what would be the best candidate car for that. Although I should really burn these items, considering I'm not using them. So all I'm doing is just holding items that I don't massively have to use for right now. Then again, it is way too late to do that. Oh no, there is still at least 1 set of boxes. I am somewhat okay. Did that P-Wing car come back? I don't think so. I know there's a Cloud car. It wouldn't be that, would it? I don't think the P-Wing car's back there. I turned out not too bad in the end, considering. Alright, so probably on to the last few races. We did actually end up making it to 2 hours. Kind of started to feel a little unwell, to be honest, for how much drink I had in one go, but it kind of just passed, so. Yeah, we're getting into like 11:30, so that's the time people start about shuffling off for bed, and likewise, VOD upload normally takes 40 minutes, so it means I can start heading off like midnight or whatever. So yeah, we'll give it like 2 more races. And like mentioned, no Mario Kart World next week because we're playing Sonic Transformed. This is June 23rd on Monday. So once more, exclamation mark Discord if you want to find out how to join the Discord. We'll have a little song request on as well. Just because you played Transformed on stream before, so you've heard the music. You've all heard the music. It's Sonic Transformed. We've been playing it for like 15 years. So yeah, that's... Oh my god, Rainbow Road never gets voted. Okay. Please actually all vote for it. Free thinkers. Free thinkers. Yeah, please don't vote for like some random track. Okay, cool. You didn't actually know you could vote for Rainbow Road on Worldwide. I thought it was prohibited. I'll wait to request the music I saw the other day. I don't know whether to be scared. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll have that back on next week. Like mentioned, exclamation mark Discord as well if you want to get yourself set up ahead of time with all the patches and stuff you'll need to be good for that. Yeah, hopefully... I don't know what time I'll start next week. I'm hoping... I can't guarantee, but I'm... You know, I might just make it so like I get enough shopping this week or whatever so I don't have to go on Monday. So that way then... well, you know, I'll just ask about it and I'll be like, oh, do we need to go another day or whatever? Because if we do, then I'd really like to start like 7, 8 p.m-ish and make a long one of it. So I'll see what I can do about that one, certainly. I mean, I'd like to make a long one of most Mario Kart World streams, but I know, oh, I'm streaming it next week or whatever, so I'm making up the hours eventually somewhere along the line. Plus, you know, with Mario Kart for me, I'm always like 2 to 3 hour session of online is good. Like, you start repeating tracks up to that point, and you kind of got what you want out of it. Whereas Transformed, I'm like, yeah, definitely, but I've also not played it for years and won't probably play it again for like a year or 2. Was this a nice charge original by Asda? I meant to have it because I saw they started doing it and thought it was so dumb that it wasn't like brand energy drink. I kind of had to try it and a little bit. I'm trying to cut back on them a little bit. But that's so for like, I don't know, that's so for like caffeine or like any immediately noticeable reasons or anything. Just like, it's probably a sensible thing to do. I've not noticed anything like adverse or anything. Like it is mostly within moderation, but you know, even still. I should start trying to do that a little bit more. You know, the request queue should be popping. We'll get that all sorted again for next week. Nice thing about Transformed as well, I can keep the sound effects on. God forbid you have a volume mixer in your kart racing Nintendo. Name and names. We have pretty much all of the Sonic races have the ability to do that, including the first one from 15 goddamn years ago. Mario Kart still doesn't have it. So because of that, I can just turn the music off and still have sound effects and stuff, and we can get a nice little volume mix of music on it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I thought it up a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, gotta do that. Absolutely gotta do it. Love the blues in this call. This Rainbow Road, it's been said many times, many ways. It's got to arguably be the best Rainbow Road in the series. Like, it's so good. I'm trying to think about it now. Favorite is really tough, but like this is up there definitely. Given that Mega Mushroom has the Super Mario World spin jump sound, I won't be surprised if something has the P-Speed sound. Very likely, yeah, as you say, for sure. There's precedent for it. So it's like one of the best. It's just like, it knows what it is. It knows it's like a long ending track, kind of like how 64 handled it. It doesn't try and cut itself short. It throws all its ideas in and is like an ultimate test, you know, of like land, sea, and air on like 8s, for example, which is just normal driving with a bit of anti-grav. But this tests you on everything the game kind of throws at you. If it was appropriately long and epic, like, don't want to spoil it too much, but it does actually get built up to quite a bit in-game as opposed to just being another track. Like, it's got everything going for it. And it's also got like little references, like, hey, look, the train from the Wii U / Switch version of 64 Rainbow Road's back, you know? Stuff like that. This guy's gonna drop this on me. Okay, you already dropped it, never mind. We're good. honest, I was going to do one more track, but Rainbow Road's the perfect place to end it, isn't it? I'll not end it here after this. Please give me a good placement and don't spoil it. Throw it straight down the middle, come on. Unfortunately, I didn't really get anything aside from the blue shell actually too useful to help me keep my placement here, so I think it's going to go to pot right at the last second. That's sad, but it happens. I say that, I got some shrooms, I might just be about able to do this. At least make up some placements. There we go. Okay, perfect. There you go. Rainbow Road. And it even gets its own little victory screen music. Look at that happy little guy. I know the penguin's great. The cow gets a lot of love, rightfully so, but shout out to my boy Penguin. Okay. And with that is where I'm going to end it for tonight. And I'm so happy because I'm seeing 28 on that temperature reading for having this door closed for 2 hours. So, fresh air, here we come. Right, thanks for watching, everyone. As I said, Pokemon is probably going to be Thursday. So, Thursday at like 7, 8 PM UK time, if you want to come and join me for that one. We'll be doing the second and presumably final part of Pokemon Scarlet the Teal Mask. So, please come ahead and join me for that. Otherwise, next Mario Kart Monday will be next Monday. Hopefully a bit of a longer one, if I can, the negotiations can be pulled off. And we'll be playing, it's MK Mondays, so I can kind of do this. I never specified what the MK stood for, but aside from the multiple times I said it was Mario Kart. We're going to be playing Sonic Transformed for Sonic the Hedgehog's 34th birthday. I'm 22, just 23 this year, by the way, just thought I'd point that out. We'll be doing that. So come and join us then for that one. But aside from that, give us a follow. !Discord if you want to come and join us over there to find out how to get your Transform patched for Monday night. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, and have a great night, everyone. Peace for now.